Hi, it's Elaine from Penguin Place Crafts. Finally getting around to doing a video today because I was being stubborn. It's like, I'm not doing a video until I finish this. I finished it. What is it? The Clay Challenge. Chef Lori's Advent Yarn. Done. Actually, wait just a second. Okay. Just checking. If you saw my YouTube short that I made earlier, I showed a monster that I made last night that I designed to use up a lot of little scrap yarns. And at the end of the video, I said, did I finish? No. And I was throwing the balls of yarn in, and for some reason I'm remembering that I threw in a little ball of green yarn, but I didn't make anything today with a little ball of green yarn. So I must just be remembering falsely. Okay. So, when last checked in, I think I had a little over 2 ounces left, but there was one project that I hadn't shown you. I did show you the alien bunny. I was telling my granddaughters about this today, and like, oh, do you have a picture of that? No, I didn't take a picture of him. I just put him in a video. So once I got back into Wi-Fi, I pulled up the video and found the alien bunny and showed. And my oldest granddaughter said, oh, that's so cute. So see, somebody likes the alien bunny. That used up a lot of the greens and yellows. And then I made my Happy Huggy Cat. Now this is my own pattern. You would think I would know whether my own pattern starts at the top or the bottom. I didn't read it over. I just started thinking that it started at the bottom, went up to the top. No, it started at the top. So I ended up with a very dark face. I just had all my yarns out in like rainbow order, and I planned on going purple up towards red. Ended up going purple down towards red. Okay, that's why the cat has white eyes instead of black eyes, because I thought that white eyes would just get lost. I matched up the color for the arms to the body where the arms would be attached. The arms are not according to the pattern. It's called the Happy Huggy Cat because the arms are usually about more than twice as long as this. But with the little yarn and a little hook, and I missed some stitches or something, instead of having 8 stitches around, I only had 6 stitches around, and it was so frustrating. I just said, okay, that's it. Arms are long enough. I'm done. And then I have a tail that is shades of pink and white stripes. So there is my mini Happy Huggy Cat, which used up a lot. And that's what I think got me down to about 2 ounces. So, did you see my short where I said last night I decided I wanted to finish off this bin of yarn? And this was my design. Well, this is what I came up with. This is my striped monster with dreads that almost finished off the yarn. I had 4 little balls of yarn left after I finished this guy. Come on, get your hair out of your eyes and say hello to people. There we go. That was out of order. Before I made this, I had the pattern by Stitch by Faye for the mini spiders. And I made 3 mini spiders. And one just jumped right out of my hand. It must be a jumping spider. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And he tried to jump again. Yes, they definitely are jumping spiders. Okay, so this morning we went to a birthday party. I got to see all of my granddaughters and 2 out of 3 of my daughters. So it was a very nice day. I took a project with me. I'll get to that in a moment. And then once I got home, I finished off all of the Chef Lori Advent yarn. Yes. First, I made a tiny little turtle with a dark green head and bottom and an orangish shell. And then from the Stacy Makes Mini Axolotl pattern, I made a little purple axolotl with a cute little smile. More stuff for the $5 bin. Okay. The project I took with me to the party. It's a work in progress. It's been on my list for, well, it's been on my list for almost a year now. This is 2025. So in 2023, I gave my daughters a list of patterns and colors, and I said, okay, could you have your girls pick a pattern and then give me a color scheme for that pattern? I'm calling it my Grand Ami Venture, and I think there were 12 patterns, and I think this is the 3rd one I finished. I've had it in my works in progress basket for a few weeks now. I just grabbed it and put it in my crochet to go bag to take with me to the party, which was at a local park in a pavilion. So I was just sitting there, watching the kids play and working on projects. And when I was getting sort of close to getting finished, my two oldest granddaughters came over and sat across from the picnic table from me. "What you working on, Grammy?" And I showed the pattern. I said, "This is actually a pattern that you picked the colors out for, Sophie." I said, "You told me what colors to make this in." And Sophie, in all of her 5-year-old honesty, says, "You're still trying to finish that up?" Yes. So I was telling them about the Chef Lori Advent Yarn Challenge. This lady, she's a friend of mine, but she lives halfway across the country, all the way out in Utah. And I know where Utah is. I could pick out Utah on a, okay. She sent me a prize for winning a contest that she put on, and she sent me a surprise with the prize, and I pulled up the picture of all of the yarn on the couch, and they're just like, "She sent you that?" And I said, "Yes, it looks like a lot, but they're all very small. That doesn't fill up the whole couch. That was just like one seat on the couch." But yeah, it was one seat on the couch. So I had to finish that up. And there have been other things that I had to finish up. But I'm working at this. I'm working on these projects. And the birthday girl says, "Can I tell you colors too?" "Sure you can." What color do you want the body?" "Dark blue." She goes, "Okay, like what shade?" "Dark blue." "Like Daddy's shirt?" "Yeah." "Okay. A navy blue." "Okay." So then there's little stripe, like there's the bottom of his feet have one color, and there's stripe. Oh, why don't I just show you? It's the cute Dino. And I did the smile differently. This one just, it needed a big smile. So I said, and there's these stripes around the neck, and I put a little bit of that on the ends of the arms and the feet. What color do you want there? She goes, a teal. Okay. And then there's going to be spikes that go down the back. What color do you want your spikes? Yellow, like that yellow there. Okay. So now I have another project to add to my Grand Ami adventure. Although I finished this, I was so proud that I finished this tonight. I have one less work in progress up on my basket. Take that, socks. That's a reference to the sock has spoken video. I have worn those socks again since, and I think the top ribbing on the sock has stretched more than the other foot, so that keeps spinning around and showing me too many whips. So the sock keeps nagging me. So now there's one less work in progress. Hopefully my sock is very happy. So this week I will be getting organized for a craft show next Friday. Yeah, where I leave next Friday. And trying to chip away at the works in progress and just looking at my lists and trying to get some restocks done and stuff like that. So I don't have anything that's really like sticking out like, oh, I'm going to do this. I need to work down my stash out on my craft cart. Because with all these little projects that I finished, like for this one, I had pulled a skein of, I love this yarn for the pink for the body on this. The rest of the skein is out on the cart now. And I think the yellow, I had pulled a partial skein of yellow from my shelves and caked that up, and now that's out there and the green's out there. So the craft cart is getting a little cluttered again. I have to look over my inventory list and see just what I have a lot of and what could use some restocking. I'm looking at the flower turtles that I did, where I did the rose turtle and the daisy turtle, and I'm thinking I should do a sunflower turtle. I know that I have the brown out there. I know that I have the yellow. I would just need to make sure I had some green. A nice turtley green. So that's something. I mean, I think the 3 flower turtles together would look nice. I could also make different color roses for turtles. Here I am giving myself more projects. I don't need to give myself more projects. I need to finish the projects I have going right now. But there is the dinosaur. I finished the dinosaur. I need to get a picture of this and send it to my daughter so that, or maybe I'll put it in the group chat to say, there's the dinosaur with Sophie's colors. And when this sells either at a craft show or on Etsy, Sophie gets $1 for her design work. And that will just make her day when that happens. So, okay. It's getting late. I still need to edit this video. And as I'm watching the video, I'm going to have to get my day planner out and make sure that I have all of the projects that I showed you recorded in my day planner so that I can put them in my inventory. In a few days, I'm going to update my inventory. It is a mess. It is just additions on just about every page. But I have to have a nice, clean, fresh inventory for when I do my show on next Saturday. Yep. And I hope I come home from that show with my inventory just scratched to pieces with all sorts of stuff deleted. I think I need to make more positive axolotls too. I sold one on Etsy this week. So I need to make some more positive axolotl. Look at those rubber feathers. Little things. I wanted to make some other small positive fruits and vegetables too. It's on my list. Yeah, that list, it's on my list. Okay. Playing with yarn, it's on my list. Those are two phrases you hear a lot on this channel. So, I didn't write down a pattern for this. I just made it up as I went along. I did some cute little 3-finger hands. This was all, oh no, it's not all no-sew. No, it was low-sew. These feet I did sew on, although they could be just crocheted in. I just didn't know how big I was going to go with the monster. I was trying to finish off the yarn. I didn't make him quite big enough. I should have made him just a little bit bigger to finish off the other 4 balls of yarn. And I had to sew on his eyeball there, embroider the smile, and then the dreads are surface crocheted on. Just loop the yarn through and single crochet till you get to the end and trim it. But I think it turned out well. Okay, I'm stalling. I need to say good night so that I can get this edited, so I can get it uploaded, so I can go to bed, because it was a long day today. I have almost 7,000 steps, which is very high for me. That is good, because we were at a picnic shelter, and the restrooms were like, go out to the road, go up the road. So it was quite a hike to go over to the ladies' room, and I got a few walks today. So I was out in the sun, I was out in the fresh air, I went for 2 walks. I'm going to sleep well tonight. So I need to get all the stuff done on this video so I can go to bed early and crash. So, bye-bye. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh dear, I won't have anything finished for tomorrow to show you. So maybe I'll redo my master list, since I have a few things. I have one thing to cross off. But I will highlight my master list again and let you know what my plans are for the week and see how I do with that. Bye-bye. For like the 3rd time. But this time for real.